how the divisional schedule lays out now for this upcoming weekend, which means we need to know who will be on the field and available to those guys. Tom Pelissero, welcome into GMFB, our NFL Network insider with us this morning. Tom, injuries for teams that have advanced. Let's start with the team that won last night and whether or not C.J. Stroud can rely on Nico Collins next weekend.
Well, certainly Nico Collins' status is in doubt for Sunday's game against the Patriots after he was ruled out in the second half last night because of a concussion. You go through the season, most players have not been cleared 1 week after a concussion, much less on a short week like Houston has. Of course, there's a 5-step return to play protocol. It will be up to the doctors, but fair to say it's an uphill battle for Collins to be ready. In other injury news, Bills quarterback Josh Allen was sore again after he took a beating in the Bills wildcard playoff win. But Coach Sean McDermott said even after getting his knee twisted up, having a concussion evaluation, banging up his throwing hand, Allen is going to do everything he can to play this week against the Jaguars. Meanwhile, Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford suffered a sprained right index finger in the Rams wildcard playoff win against Carolina. X-rays were negative. Coach Sean McVay said Stafford will be ready to roll this week against the Bears, Jimmy.
All right, Tom, thank you so much. We're going to play a little game to keep things concise here on GMFB as we look ahead to the divisional weekend. Foxborough Stadium was losing their minds on Sunday night, rightfully so, as the Patriots got their first postseason win since Super Bowl 53. Mike Vrabel talked to reporters yesterday on what that win meant for the group.
What does a win last night just mean for the team and mean for the season?
It means we get to keep playing, so that's what that means. That means we're not on vacation.
Coach, how are you feeling with your lip?
Last question.
Nah, my lip's fine. I've been hit harder than that.
Oh, it was a walk-off for Coach. I've been hit harder than that, and there he goes. All right, let's focus on the Patriots right now as they will host the Houston Texans. Pick a word to describe the Patriots right now. Manti, pick the word.
Well, it's the same word that I had in the beginning, like middle of the season. They're equipped. They're well equipped. When you talk about their offense, defense, special teams, we know that Drake May is going to do it. That's the reason why his name is in the MVP conversations. But then last night, the other night, you see Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson. Ramondre Stevenson, in my opinion, probably had the best night out of all of the offensive weapons. And that's something to say when there's a lot of conversations made of the rookie Travion Henderson. And then you have all of the plethora of weapons at the wide receiver position from Diggs, Booty, Hunter Henry, his tight end, Pop Douglas. But then we also saw the most important thing was that their defense can ball. Their defense will show up and they will shut you out as they did with the Chargers in the wild card weekend. I mean, the Chargers didn't have a run over 10 yards. They didn't have a pass of with air yards over 10 yards as well. So that is a dominant defense. And then the special team. So, Willie, I look at this Patriots team, and I've been saying this since week 3, week 4, that they are the most equipped team in the NFL right now, one of the most.
Yeah, my word is confident. This team should be confident, and they're playing confident. You talk about on the night when Drake May wasn't his best against the Chargers, man. The defense said, don't worry, man, just throw me the keys. We'll drop. Patriots right now, man, despite their schedule, I know they get knocked for an easy schedule. They've been through a lot. And actually, because of Mike Vrabel, his culture and the discipline in which they play with, they're ahead of schedule. You have an MVP caliber quarterback with a defense that flat out want to get after you. So the Patriots should feel confident and bring on the Texans. KB.
Well, you're leading me to my word. My word is now, N-O-W, now. This is a team that can win the Super Bowl now. This kind of season they're supposed to be having, this is year 2 of Vrabel. This is when you get your pieces in place, and now you got your team, and now you have the crazy winning streak. You're supposed to have this sort of warm-up year where everybody gets, hey, no, he doesn't do that. And I guess your Drake May doesn't do that either because now it's very, very rare to win the Super Bowl with a second-year quarterback. The Steelers did it with Ben. It's very rare. It's usually almost impossible. You can make a nice run, but I look at this team, and if anyone wants to talk about their schedule, I don't give a damn. The Chargers have Jim Harbaugh, one of the best coaches in the world. They have Justin Herbert, one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever be in the league, and they destroyed them on defense. You don't think they can beat the Texans? And I say that out of respect for the Texans. Did you watch the Texans' offense last night? It's vulnerable. And I think that going on the road against this team that is so confident and also hasn't lost in months, the word is now. I don't think this is next year they'll be. No. They've already beaten the Bills. They're going to go against a Denver team maybe that has as equally inexperienced of a quarterback. Now. Go cash this thing in now.
Tom Pelissero mentioned a very important phrase for this Texans team, which is they're on a short week before they have to go to New England. The opposite can be said about the Denver Broncos. They are well rested and ready as the 1 seed. Now they will play host, as Kyle just said, to Josh Allen and the Bills. The Broncos are coming off a franchise record 68 sacks this season. So what's the word to describe Josh Allen and the Bills right now, Manti?
I'll talk about Josh Allen because I have never said this before, but watching Josh Allen this year, and this is after him winning the MVP last year, I really think that he transcended. I really do. And now when I say transcended, what I'm referring to is the competitive atmospheres that he's now entered. Like when I look at him, I look at the Michael Phelps of the world. I look at the Michael Jordans of the world. It doesn't matter who we're racing. It doesn't matter who we're playing. It doesn't matter who I have on my team. When Michael Phelps lined up on that podium, you know that the Americans had a chance to win. That's how I see Josh Allen right now. He doesn't really have a pass game. Last week he didn't really have a production in the run game, yet Josh Allen found ways to win. I mean, throwing a touchdown, rushing for 2 touchdowns. I mentioned it yesterday, that throw to Brandon Cooks down the sideline when Brandon Cooks hadn't even passed the defender yet. That's stuff that, if I am a Buffalo Bills fan, if I am a teammate of Josh Allen, I know they do, and I know that they'll continue to do. As long as 17 is getting the ball, whether his knee is sore, whether his right pointer finger is sore, it doesn't matter. We have a chance. And so I really think that 17 kind of entered that new Super Saiyan mode. He's just like, the guy's just on another level right now. And as long as he's your quarterback, Willie, you always have a chance.
Yeah, my word is driven. This Buffalo Bills team is driven. You talk about getting their first road playoff win in 33 years. They had to go to Jacksonville and get it done. And now you highlighted all the good things about Josh Allen, his ability to wear the cape. But we got to give some credit to Sean McDermott, because you understand, if he would have lost his game, there were talks about his job security. But what he's reminded this team, and what he continues to tell this team, stay resilient, live in the moment. The only thing we want was another opportunity to play a worthy opponent in the Denver Broncos. And you got to give it credit to this offense as a whole with Josh Allen. You talk about not having a #1 receiver, but you do have Khalil Shakir. You talking about James Cook getting erased in that game, but you still had 2 tight ends that showed up. You had an offensive line. This team is probably the most resilient team in the playoffs, and they're driven for destiny and to get it done against the Denver Broncos. Defensively, man, they just answer the bell. They stay scrappy and they bend but don't break. But if you're the Buffalo Bills right now, understanding the window of opportunity, no Lamar Jackson, no Joe Burrow, no Patrick Mahomes. It's just the best quarterback in the AFC playing right now, and his name is Josh Allen. You got to go get it this weekend against the Denver Broncos, KB.
Yeah, my word is Jordan, Jordan, and I've talked about a lot about this with Josh Allen, that he is Jordan. He's the best player right now. He's obviously the best player. He's becoming one of the best players of all time. My question is, which era of Jordan is this? Because I'm not talking about the 3-peat and then the 3-peat. I'm talking about championship era Jordan and then many years when Doug Collins is his coach, early Phil Jackson. Is it one of those? Because Scottie Pippen didn't do much last week. His name's James Cook. They held him in check. And then, you know, you have things where, like, the secondary is very good for Buffalo. And they did make the play, because I was one of those guys who was really nervous when they scored that tush-push touchdown and there was a minute and change left. I'm like, oh, my God. Josh Allen, Jordan's going to go sit on the bench like he always does, and the defense is going to blow it, and they didn't. They stepped up and made a huge play, and I feel like the Trey White deflection, the Cole Bishop interception, real Jordan heads remember when the Bulls beat the Suns, there was the Charles Barkley Suns, Horace Grant made a block at the end of the last game on Kevin Johnson's shot. There was this huge defensive play that really saved the game and maybe the championship for him. I feel like that was the Horace Grant block. So that's encouraging to me that these guys are stepping up in big moments, because I don't want it to be Doug Collins era Jordan where, oh, Jordan scored 63, they still got swept by the Celtics. Like, I don't want Josh Allen to have 6 touchdowns this weekend in Denver and they still lose. I wouldn't want that, because Jordan goes both ways.
Well, they better capitalize, too, as Willie said, on what remains or lack thereof in the AFC, or otherwise we're going to be talking about Josh Allen's career the way we talk about Charles Barkley's career. Nobody wants that for either of those guys. We love both of those athletes. Moving on GMFB, we got divisional round, which means we have angry round. All right, it's not just runs.